This is deep. This is end time prophecy. This is everything that people like to say is conspiracy theory. People that say that, honestly, pick a Bible up at this point. Pick a Bible up. Go to Revelations. And it's mentioned throughout the Bible. But go to Revelations. Just jump forward and find out how the story ends. Okay, so this is something that is not coming, but already here. This is already happening. Of course, you know, they have to have tests. I don't want to say test dummies, but they have to have people to test these things on. And so they say that this is to better humanity. This is for quadriplegics. And this is an advancement because it gives them the opportunity to do things they have not been able to do ever, or maybe get back to doing some of the things they used to do before they became a quad. So that being said, I told y'all they're going to market this stuff as easy, quick, painless, and it's going to make your life better. So this is about to be mass produced, okay? They're coming to the end of the road where they think they have tested as much as they need to test, even though they had some setbacks. They say they have fixed it. I'm going to show you all these things. And I'm also going to, for those of you who have not, I want to say I don't know what happened, but I want to say I do know what happened. But my whole computer jumped off right as I was discussing and about to get into this further. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to finish this video at this point. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to finish this video. Not quite sure what happened, why it happened, but my computer totally turned off. I didn't touch anything. It just turned off. So again, I told y'all before, we have to watch what we say. So I'm gonna have to watch what I say, obviously. But I need you guys to understand that this is what's happening. It's about total control. I don't even remember where I left off at, but it's about total control. And this is not something that's coming way down the future. This is happening now. It's already started. And between 2026, well, they want to really mass produce this in 2026. By 2030, they want this to be fully up there. That's why I have 2026 to 2030. In between that time, I do feel like there is going to be another pandemic. So we need to understand that as well. And it's all ushering us into, we need them to save us from the world's destruction. This chip will help you think faster, be smarter, more efficient worker, even though they're saying that all the jobs are going to be gone anyway, because AI is smarter than all of us and will take over every single thing. You see how everything ties together. Okay, so let me try to get this video done before they snatch it down. And I haven't even put it up. I'm actually pre-recording this. If that tells you anything, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so let me stop sharing this so I can share this other screen with you guys. Bring him over.
Mainstream in 2026. Elon Musk says brain chips are going mainstream in 2026. Yes, actual chips implanted in human brains. Musk just announced that Neuralink plans to begin high-volume production of its brain-computer interface this year, using what he calls an almost entirely automated brain surgery. Automated brain surgery. This device is a coin-sized chip implanted under your skull, with over 1,000 electrodes reading your brain signals and sending them straight to a computer. Right now, it's
I will show you what that looks like.
It's marketed for people with paralysis, and some patients can already browse the internet, play video games, post online, and control devices using only their thoughts. That part sounds incredible, but here's the part that should make you uncomfortable. Neuralink's first attempt at human trials was rejected by the FDA over safety concerns. They only got approval after making changes. And even then, early implants had problems with electrodes pulling out of brain tissue. Musk says they've fixed that now. And his long-term goal? He says the point is to create a symbiosis between humans and AI and to give people superpowers. So let's be clear, this is about putting hardware in human brains at scale with automation, mass production, and one of the most powerful tech billionaires on Earth steering the future. Trump is telling ICE and
It's not about Elon Musk, but a different person who has a technology company and they want you to get this implant in your hand, your wrist. Let me back up.
And over a card reader. Right now, Chip carrying your wallet in your back pocket or your purse.
Mind you, this is in 2024, okay?
A tech company wants you to keep it under your skin.
All right, so let's explain here. Walletmore is selling microchips implanted in your hand as an alternate payment. Could this be the future? Maybe. Once you set up your card info in the company's app, look at this, it says payments could be as easy as swiping your hand over a card reader.
Note the word easy.
Right now, chips are not sold in the US. Crazy.
Soon you will be able to pay for groceries at every Whole Foods in the US with just a swipe of your hand. Amazon says that the pay by palm technology will be at all of those stores nationwide by the end of the year. Customers just have to hover their hand over the device to pay. This method is already being used at 200 Whole Foods locations across 20 states, and you can also find it in other places, stores like Panera Bread. Hardware editor at TechCrunch, Brian Heater, joins us now. Brian, let's just start off. Tell us how this technology works.
They're going to use the media to push this out. They're going to use celebrities to push this out. Like the Grammys came on last night. And normally, because I used to do music back in the day, I would not miss a Grammy. But what it is then, or what it was then and what it is now are two different things. I stopped watching the Grammys. Like I'll see like little teasers and stuff that people put out, and I'm glad I missed it, because it honestly has become so demonic. It is unbelievable. And then people that you actually like seemingly doing rituals on stage. Come on, people. Are we really going to sell our souls for a few dollars?
Sure. So in terms of the actual enrollment process, the first time you go to one of these Amazon One locations, you wave your hand over it. That will enroll you in the program, and then you associate that with a credit card that you have on file. In terms of the actual underlying technology behind it, it's not actually getting a read of the palm itself, which, I think is what most people expect. It's actually taking a look at the vein patterns underneath your hands, which Amazon is effectively saying is a way to do this kind of biometric identification without actually giving any identifying information away.
That's fascinating. I mean, I think anybody who hears this story immediately goes to questions about safety, privacy, the data that's being collected. Amazon has been criticized in the past for some of the data that they collect, and whether they have properly notified consumers about that. What safeguards is Amazon taking?
Sure. Well, the primary one is all of this is going through Amazon's cloud servers. So this is encrypted information. Amazon has generally done a good job of protecting privacy through the cloud itself.
Has it? I'm wondering, has it? Let me do a quick search real quick and see, because I don't remember if they did or not. I'm seeing just last year in January that Amazon got hacked. I'm not going to go into the story, but let me share that with y'all just so you can see it for yourself. They're going to lie to you to your face that I don't know a company out here that hadn't been hacked. And I cover so many, it's hard to keep up, but you see it right here. It says Amazon Prime Security warning as hackers strike. That was in Forbes. Then in PC World, they had, and that was in January 2025. And then in September 2025, it says Amazon account hacked. Here's what to do. So they will lie to you to get you to basically give your body to them, because that's essentially what you are doing. You are providing them your body, because they're eventually going to have all of that linked into your health care, so they can keep track of who got vaxxed, what your health conditions are. And let me tell you, if you think you can lie to your insurance company and say, oh, I don't have a pre-existing condition, they can just look in your data within your body and see what's going on with you. I don't want people having that kind of access to me, but that's what they're doing. And they lie right to your face.
You know, I think one of the sort of bigger concerns around this specifically is that unlike the biometric data that you're giving on your phone, for example, that's stored locally on the device itself, but this is going up into the cloud. So like theoretically, somebody could potentially grab that data, but it's intensely difficult.
All right. Very interesting stuff. Brian Heater, thank you.
He said it's difficult, but he didn't say it was impossible, right? Because let me tell you, hackers will find a way. So let's see what the rest of this looks like.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need...
These people are officially at the end times. They are not going to go where they think they're going to go. If they believe in that, they're not going to go to heaven. They're not going to be with God. They are going to hell. And it's going to be so many people, because they're going to try to make your life so bad, because your life is linked into whatever that chip is. Wherever you put that chip, your life won't exist if you don't have it, the life you know. Now, before God's return, you got to make it through, or you could perish, because they're going to be seeking out those who did not get this done, because it's about control. And this Neuralink that they're talking about, not these chips right here, but this Neuralink that they're talking about, that the quads already have, that's controlling your mind. If you can they want to know what your thoughts are anyway. That's why they have access to your DMs, your Gmail, all that. So AI is reading all of our messages. Be careful. They're reading everything. And they're going to know everybody's secret. It's like God knows all. They're going to know all too. But I don't want to reside with them. I choose Jesus. I don't know what everybody else is choosing, but obviously I can see from this, they're choosing convenience and thinking they're okay with, what's going to happen in the end. And when I say you have access to nothing, you have access to nothing. You cannot buy or sell. You will not have access to your funds. They will lock you out of your own bank. And even if you get this thing in, if you don't do as they say, or if you step out of line and don't agree with the things they're doing and speak out about it or whatever, they can turn off access. So now you can't pay your bills. You can't buy food. You can't buy clothing. And when that time comes, when they are going out searching for people, and you get that word, and that word is you need to flee now to the mountains. You need to go into the wilderness.
Through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all on chip. So I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is
I have a question that no one has addressed though. When we have, not if, but when we have a massive power failure, either being attacked or whatever happens to the grid, we have no power to none of this stuff that he's tapping and hitting and all this other stuff. Then what? Then what?
I need to first blip my chip. I need to log me in. And from there, I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future.
Install ingrain procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards.
Which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
It's not everybody's going to, they're going to see, even Christians are going to see things happening and they're going to fall for it. It's just sad.
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
but even in this
Painless, remember that? Remember I said that? Painless, easy, fun, convenient.
nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot.
I think, it's so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5 and 10,000.
In the future.
And I don't trust them, because what happens when a majority of people don't get on board with what they want done? Do they then start putting it in our food, in our medication, or, is it in a pill form? Is it in a shot form? Is it in, you know what I'm saying? Just to get it in us involuntary, because these people, they lined up for it. Oh, I thought it would be fun to do. Like it's just a piercing in your ear or something. It's a tracker. Like, duh, this is a tracker. People get upset if they boyfriend or their spouse put a tracker on their vehicle or on their phones, even though they can track us with these. So when you get that message and it tells you you need to leave, you need to flee into the mountains, you need to get out now. Hopefully you got some walkie-talkies, which I ordered and they have not even come in yet, because everybody's ordering those. Because this right here, I won't take with me. And I just have to pray about my family and hope that they're okay, because only people in my circle who are in agreement with what I see and what they know from in the Bible, hopefully will survive, because this is a tracker. And even though they say you could turn it off, they have passed a law where they can, from their system, place a tracking device or some kind of way to track us through our phones without you having to bring your phone in for it to be done. So if that's good and that's dandy, and unless you're keeping some things in your vehicle when you flee or whatever, don't go back for your phone. Don't go back for anything. Have a different form of emergency contact than this phone right here, because I would not want to have this right here.
I'm certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, But in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
Good morning, Elon Musk announcing that for the first time, his company Neuralink has implanted a brain chip in a human. Musk saying the person is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Neuralink's goal is to help paralysis patients communicate by connecting their brain to a computer.
The device is designed to interpret your neural activity so you can operate a computer or a smartphone by simply thinking.
People paralyzed from stroke, from traumatic brain injury, or a spinal cord injury could see the benefits.
This would be a major game changer if it were to be proven to be safe and effective.
The FDA approved Neuralink for human tests last May after years of testing on animals.
Here's one electrode on one thread that when we stimulate causes a flexion movement of the leg.
The company demonstrated the ability of its implants to stimulate movement.
As you can see, Pager is amazingly good at mind pong.
Allowing a monkey to play a video game.
And what better reward for a monkey than a banana?
Musk says the first human users will be people who've lost the use of their limbs. And speaking about the long term, he said, imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. That is the goal.
I really do think that in my lifetime as a physician, I'll be able to use this type of technology to help my patients, and I cannot wait for that day to come.
She cannot wait. Lady, you won't even have a job. AI is going to replace doctors, nurses, technicians, anybody in the hospital system. But she can't wait. People are so blinded. But she can't wait. Man, I can wait. I can wait. Where are the 90s? Man, this is insane because the people who are behind this stuff, some of them were born in the 90s, y'all. What happened to them in the 90s that made them just want to say, forget mankind. Forget mankind. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I think it was one more thing. Well, two more things I wanted to show you guys. Yeah.
Basically, I want to wait to have kids until we figure out how Neuralink or other, it's called brain computer interfaces. So other ways for brains to interlink with a computer until they start working. Because so there's a few reasons for this. First is in your first like 7 years of life, your brain is more neuroplastic than at any other point in your life, like by an order of magnitude. So because it's so important that your neuroplasticity is so high in that early stage of life, I think when we get Neuralink and we get these other technologies, kids who are born with them are going to learn how to use them in like crazy ways. Like it'll be actually like a part of their brain in a way that it'll never be true for an adult who gets like a Neuralink or whatever. And
and basically they won't be like human. They won't have those experiences. And I know that they were like they were working on something. I don't know if they finished it, where it controls your thoughts.
Technology, Neuralink, which is a computer chip surgically implanted into the brain, enabling people.
And this is MrBeast.
Like Nolan here to reconnect to the world. So you were paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah, and for about 8 years, I was trying to find some purpose in my life.
And then you got Neuralink, and what has that changed?
Anything anyone can do on a computer, I can do.
And he literally does it by using only his brain. You are currently moving that with your thoughts.
Yeah, man.
I want to see you send a text with your brain.
Okay.
His hands are paralyzed, but we're going to film them so you can see they're not moving. And using the neurons firing in Nolan's brain, Neuralink can translate those signals into movements. He just typed hi with his mind. Is this not crazy to anyone else? But that's not all he can do. So you just think left and you're about to turn left.
Left, right, don't die.
No!
There we go.
He absolutely crushed us playing with only his mind.
I never thought would allow me to do anything like this.
And we're going with the 10,000.
Now, mind you, that is cool to see, you know, giving people the ability to do things that they don't have the ability to do. But pushing that off on the masses, not just in Aaron, how image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So you're going to have to flee now, people. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And y'all know what that number is. So I'm cross-referencing Revelation 13. It says, and a third angel followed them, calling out in a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives this mark on his forehead, and I'm going to say his or her, but you know you can't change the Bible, on his forehead or on his hand, he too will drink the wine of God's anger, poured undiluted into the cup of his wrath. God will place wrath upon you. For those who think God is just a loving, he's a forgiving God. He is all of those things, but he is a God of wrath as well. And he will be tormented in fire and sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment rises forever and ever. Day and night there is no rest for those who worship the beast and his image, or for anyone who receives the mark of its name. Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. 2 Corinthians 1:3-4, praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all troubles. Bye, y'all. Y'all take care. I love you, but God loves you more. He created only when you be the very best you can be. And when you are, go out and spread God's love. Peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on TOMMYBITES Homestead. And guys, please do me a favor. Help this video get out to more people so more people can be aware before they get fooled into thinking this is the way to go. This is easy. This is about control. And they plan to try to control all of us one way or the other. Bye.